Hello, roaming yogis. Welcome back to the mat. And welcome to a Work Your Splits hamstring love practice. I've been feeling pretty tight in my hamstrings myself, and I know that it's a popular tight spot, so I thought we'd do a whole class on showing our hamstrings some love. Before we dive into today's practice, come on, join us in the online tribe. The link is in the description below. You'll get access to my entire resource library of sequences and journaling worksheets and more, and you'll get a free class and a meditation in your inbox every week. It's pretty sweet. That link is in the description. Come on in and join us. For today's class, I am going to recommend 2 yoga blocks and a strap. So go ahead, grab your props, unroll your mat, and I'm going to meet you coming to lie on your back with your strap nearby. Alrighty, so make sure that your strap is within hands reach. You're going to want to be able to reach it pretty easily. And then make your way all the way flat onto your back, hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving them a loving squeeze. And from here, keep the right knee hugged in towards the chest and bring the sole of the left foot flat onto the earth. And then extend the right foot towards the sky. You're going to take hold of inside or outside edge of the right foot, coming into a happy baby shape with the right leg. So half of a happy baby. Pulling the right foot towards the earth, the right leg towards the earth. Notice that the left hip is probably going to want to lift up. See if you can keep the left hip grounded at the same time as you find a little more opening on the right side. Now from here, go ahead and hug the right knee back into the chest, take hold of your strap. And you're going to take the strap underneath the sole of the right foot and then extend the right foot up towards the sky. And gently bringing the foot towards you as you check in with that right hamstring. So notice what it has to say here today. Notice how it's feeling here at the start of practice. And you can keep the sole of the left foot flat on the earth if you'd like, or if it feels okay, you can begin to extend the left leg long on your mat. And see if you can tap into sensation of sort of squeezing the legs together here. So if I kind of just relax, I notice that my right hip sort of hikes out towards the right. It's pretty subtle. So think about squeezing the legs towards the midline, and you'll notice that the right hip sort of drops down in line with the left hip. It sort of intensifies all the business here on the right hamstring. Awesome. Go ahead and bring the sole of the left foot flat onto the mat once again. Release the strap from the right foot. Bring the right ankle just above the left knee. And then hug the left leg in towards the chest. So the right hand will thread through the center of the legs. Left hand to the outside of the left leg, pulling the legs in towards the chest. And feeling the sensations in the outer right hip. And then releasing the left leg, bring sole of the left foot flat onto the earth. Options here, so you can keep the legs in this exact same configuration with the right ankle just above the left knee. We're going to come into a twist. So you can stay with these legs, or you can bring the right knee on top of the left like you're sitting like a lady. Either way, the legs will drop over towards the left. So if you keep the right ankle just above the left knee, then the sole of the right foot will come flat onto the earth. And if you stack the legs, then it'll be just your regular supine twist. So decide how you'd like to take this twist. Make sure that the right shoulder is staying on the earth. And then lifting back up to center. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. Recenter the hips if you scooch them to one side. And then bring sole of the right foot flat onto the earth. Take left leg into that happy baby shape, so half of a happy baby. Bringing the left knee towards the earth. And then again, notice that the right hip will want to lift. See if you can keep the right hip grounded as you find opening on the left side. And there's our rooster. I never hear it until I start filming these classes. Go ahead and release the left foot. Hug left knee back in towards the chest. And then take your strap underneath the sole of the left foot and extend left foot towards the sky, straightening the left leg as much as feels okay, and gently bringing the leg towards the face. The sole of the right foot can stay where it is, flat on the mat, or you can extend the right leg long on your mat. It will intensify the sensation in the left hamstring. And again, tune into that really subtle sort of pressing of the legs towards the midline. Notice any differences in sensation between right and left side. And then bring sole of the right foot flat onto the earth once again. Releasing the strap, crossing left ankle just above right knee, hugging right leg into the chest. Releasing the right leg, bringing sole of the right foot flat onto the earth, coming into your twist on this side. So whatever variation of this twist that you took on the other side, find that here on this side. Left shoulder stays on the earth this time. And then lifting back up to center, hugging both knees in towards the chest, giving them a squeeze, and then rolling yourself on up and making your way into your downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet as you come into downward facing dog, finding any movement that speaks to you as you check in with the calves here. Feeling the sensation move down into the bottom of the legs. And then finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. And from here, slowly begin to walk the feet up to the hands. When you reach the top of your mat, bring the feet to hip width distance and bring a really generous bend into the knees and let the torso and head hang heavy here. So finding a ragdoll fold, allowing the knees to really bend. And check in with the sensations in the back. From here, you're going to keep the knees really bent. As you inhale, lifting halfway, reach crown of the head forward, knees are super bent. And as you exhale, fold over the legs, straightening the legs just a little bit. Inhale, bend into the knees, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more. Inhale, bend the knees, lift halfway. Exhale, fold and straighten. 2 more like this. Bend the knees, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, maybe straighten a little more. 1 more, inhale, lift halfway, bend the knees. And exhale, fold, straighten the legs, maybe a little bit more. On an inhale, lift halfway, reach crown of the head forward. Bring a gentle bend into the knees, bring hands onto hips, and come to stand with a flat back. Lovely. Finding your Tadasana mountain pose here at the top of your mat. Big toes are touching. Feel yourself firmly rooted here in your strong mountain pose. On an inhale, go ahead and lift the arms up high. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold over the legs. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, step the right foot way back, finding a lunge shape. Inhale, open the heart towards the front of your mat, bring the right knee to the earth. Exhale, straighten the left leg, bring the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, rebend the left knee, come on forward, plant the palms, tuck back toes, lift back knee, exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Step the right foot in between the hands. As you inhale, open the heart towards the front of your mat, bring the left knee onto the earth. Exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the right leg a little or a lot. Inhale, rebend the right knee, come on forward, tuck back toes, lift back knees, step the left foot up to meet the right as you fold. On an inhale, come all the way to stand, lifting the arms. Exhale, fold right back down over the legs. Step the left foot way back, left knee to the earth. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, pull the hips back, straighten right leg a little or a lot. Rebend the right knee, come on forward, plant the palms, take the right foot back, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, come forward into plank pose. As you exhale, bring knees to the earth, bend the elbows, lower the torso to the earth. Inhale, open the heart, cobra pose. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And step the left foot in between the hands, right knee to the earth. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, straighten left leg a little or a lot. Rebend the left knee, step the right foot up to meet the left as you fold. And as you inhale, rise up to stand, lifting the arms. Exhale, fold right back down over legs. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, plant the palms and step back into plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, you can lower the knees or keep them lifted for chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. And step the right foot in between the hands. Left heel comes onto the earth. You've got heel to arch alignment. Lift the torso to straight legs. So we're coming into a Trikonasana triangle pose. Keep the legs really active, pulling up towards the hips. Open the arms out wide. Reach long over the right leg. Keep the chest, the torso open towards the side of your mat. When you cannot reach any farther, bring the right hand down onto the shin, maybe onto a block. Left arm up towards the sky. Stay really strong in the legs. Make sure you're not locking out the knees here, so keep kneecaps pulling up towards hip points, so quadriceps stay active. And then bring a gentle bend into the right knee as you lift up, find warrior two. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands onto the earth, come onto the ball of the back foot. You are in a lunge shape facing the front of your mat. Take an inhale here, open the heart towards the front of your mat. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, bring the hips back, find a long pyramid shape as you fold over the right leg. Inhale, rebend the right knee, come on forward. This is a beautiful place to bring blocks underneath your hands if you'd like. Exhale, pull back, straighten right leg and fold. Inhale, come on forward. And exhale, pull back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull the hips back. One more like this. Inhale, rebend, open the heart. And exhale, find your pyramid pose. So maybe scooch the left foot in, shorten your stance so that you can bring the left heel onto the earth. You want to be square towards the front of your mat. Take an inhale here, lengthen crown of the head forward, pull the right leg up into the hip socket, and then from here, fold over the right leg a little or a lot. Same as in your triangle pose, keep really active legs, so don't let the knees lock out here. Root down through the feet, feel energy rising through the legs towards the hips. On an inhale, lift up, lengthen spine, and then root down through the feet as you lift the torso all the way up. Turn to face the left side of your mat, pivot the feet so that they are parallel. Maybe open your stance out a little bit wider, hands onto hips, take an inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, fold over legs. Wide-legged forward fold, hands can come onto the earth, maybe in line with the feet, maybe they come onto blocks, depending on what's available to you today. Dropping the crown of the head towards the earth. Again, maintaining really active legs, quadriceps stay alive. Bring hands under shoulders. Inhale, lengthen spine. Root down through the feet. Bring hands onto hips and come rising up to stand. Turn the left toes to face the back of your mat. Make sure they are in line with the arch of the right foot. Open the arms out wide, two straight legs. Find your Trikonasana triangle pose towards the back of your mat. Reach long over the left leg. Keep the chest open to the side of your mat, so don't collapse down. Left hand will come to the shin, maybe onto a block. Right arm will extend towards the sky. Bring a gentle bend into the left knee. Lift the torso, find a warrior two. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale here, opening the heart towards the back of your mat now. And exhale, straighten the left leg a little or a lot in a long pyramid shape. Inhale, come on forward, open the heart. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, straighten. Two more like this. Inhale. And exhale, pull back. One more. Inhale, come on forward. Exhale, find your pyramid pose. So step the right foot in, shorten your stance, both heels on the earth. Take an inhale here to lengthen crown of the head forward. Pull the left leg up into the hip socket, and then maybe fold the torso down a little or a lot over the left leg. Inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen. Press down into the feet, bring hands onto hips and rise up to stand. Turn to face the side of your mat, so turning towards your right, bringing the feet to parallel. You can take any variation you'd like in the arms. If you'd like to clasp the hands behind you, maybe just keep hands onto hips. We're coming back into our wide-legged forward fold. So take an inhale to lengthen crown of the head towards the sky. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold over the legs. Keeping the legs really nice and active. Go ahead and release hands onto the earth. Bring them underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lengthen. From here, we're going to walk the hands towards the front of your mat. So turn the right toes to face the front of your mat. walk the hands forward. You're going to bring both hands to the inside of the right foot, coming onto the ball of the left foot. So we're coming into lizard pose. So you might need to heel toe the right foot out towards the right a little bit as you make space. Maybe find some gentle movement here on the left toes as you begin to settle into your lizard. You can keep the left knee lifted if you'd like a more active lizard, or you can bring the left knee onto the earth, whatever is feeling best for you today. You can stay right here on the hands, opening heart towards the front of your mat. Maybe you explore coming onto forearms. Maybe if the earth feels a bit too far away for that, you can bring a couple blocks underneath the forearms and maintain this lifted chest. So don't let yourself kind of collapse here. Imagine shining the heart forward. And also notice that the right knee might want to kind of buckle out towards the right. See if you can hug the right knee in towards the right arm for this lizard pose. Now from here, we're going to come into a quad stretch or a crooked monkey. So if you're on forearms, maybe come on up to hands. The left palm is going to stay flat on the earth. The right arm is going to come forward, up, around, and back, reaching towards the back of your mat. Bend at the left knee, bring the left foot into the right hand. Maybe use your strap to reach the left foot if you need a little bit of extension in the limbs here. Reach the left foot in towards the seat as you open the chest towards the right leg. Notice if the right leg is wanting to kind of open out towards the right. See if you can hug it towards the midline. Notice if you're collapsing into the left shoulder here, press the earth away. Allow the shoulder blades to glide back and down. Find lift here. And then gently releasing the left foot, bringing the right hand onto the earth. And we're going to heel toe the right foot over towards the left. So begin to pull the hips back in space gently. Give yourself some space here. And then the right foot is going to heel toe, heel toe, heel toe over towards the left side. We're coming into pigeon pose. So you'll bring the right leg down, right shin is in front of you, and maybe the right foot is really close to the left hip, maybe it's farther away in more of a 90-degree angle. It depends on how your hips are feeling today, so kind of negotiate here. You can use the left toes to kind of scoot your seat back. If you're collapsing to either side, bring a block underneath the right hip. Allow yourself to be supported here in this pigeon pose. You can stay here with a lifted chest. If you'd like, you can begin to lower the torso down over the leg, coming onto forearms, or folding all the way down into your pigeon. And if you came onto forearms, bring hands back onto the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then take it back into downward facing dog. So you can lift the right leg up, take some circles with the right leg, releasing the hip, and then right foot onto the earth. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open heart, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step the left foot outside the left hand. So we're going to come into lizard pose here on the left side. So left foot steps outside the left hand, bringing some movement into the right toes, shifting forward and back slightly. You can keep the right knee lifted for a more active lizard, or you can bring the right knee onto the earth. All of the options that you had available to you on the other side are available to you here. So explore the lizard pose on this side. Maybe coming onto forearms with blocks, or maybe you feel ready to come onto forearms on the earth. And see if you can keep the left knee hugging in towards the left arm. So finding that hugging towards the midline. And if you came onto forearms, begin to lift back up onto the hands. Keeping the right palm flat on the earth, the left arm is going to come forward, up, around, and back, opening chest towards the left leg as the left arm reaches towards the back of your mat. Bend at the right knee, bringing the right foot up into the left hand, maybe using your strap to close the space. Bring right leg or right foot in towards the seat. Notice the left knee might want to kind of buckle out. See if you can keep it hugged towards the midline as you continue pulling the left foot in towards the hips and opening the chest towards the left side. Gently release the right foot. Left hand comes onto the earth. Shift the hips back slightly. Give yourself some space here. And then heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Left foot over towards the right. Setting up for your pigeon pose. So again, deciding how close or how far away you want the left foot from the body. Depending on how this is feeling on this side. And this side might feel totally different from the other side. So notice where those differences lie without labeling them or judging them. They're just different. You can stay here on hands with a lifted heart, or you can come onto forearms or fold all the way over the leg. Whatever's speaking to you in this pigeon pose today. Slowly begin to lift back up onto hands if you came on down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and take the left leg all the way up and back. If you did on the other side, finding some movement on this side. And then left foot comes onto the earth. Inhale, forward plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Alrighty, step the right foot in between the hands, bringing left knee onto the earth. You can bring blocks underneath the hands if you'd like here. We're going to flow between this low lunge and Ardha Hanuman, so half splits. So here we're going to inhale, open the heart towards the front of your mat. Feel opening in the left hip flexor. As you exhale, pull the hips back, straighten right leg a little or a lot. Feel opening in the hamstring. Inhale, come on forward, open the heart to the front of the mat. And exhale, come on back, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, back. 2 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. And this is where we are going to stay. So similar to our pyramid pose where we kind of pull the leg up into the hip socket, imagine that happening here as well. Flex the right toes back towards the face, find length in the spine. Now you can stay right here. This is a beautiful place to be if you're feeling more than enough sensation, which you very well might. If you want to explore coming a little bit deeper towards Hanumanasana or splits, you'll glide the right heel forward and maybe scooch the left leg back using the left toes. Now I encourage you to bring a block underneath the thigh. So kind of where your thigh is meeting your glute. That's a good place to bring a block, and you can place it so that it's coming long ways underneath the leg, so it gives you a little bit more support, or place it horizontally, whatever feels best for you. Really focus on finding a squaring of the hips, so you can kind of imagine squeezing the legs together here. Flex the right toes back towards the face. A block underneath a hand is also nice if you happen to have more than just two blocks underneath the hands and one underneath the front leg, sort of where the hip is, can be really nice. If you only have two blocks, then placing one underneath you and then one underneath a hand to help support you can be really nice. And see if you can find length in the spine here. So lift the heart. And if you need to place more than one block underneath you, like, please do that. Like all the blocks. This is a big pose. There's a lot happening here, so breathe into it. You might find that after a few breaths, you can come a little bit deeper. You might not. Either way is totally okay. And keep squaring the hips. So make sure that the top of the left thigh is coming flat onto the earth. So try not to find the open hips. It's going to be a lot easier if you open the hips, but what we really want to find is squaring of the hips here. Alrighty, and then go ahead and release. So press into hands. Begin to slide the right heel in, tuck the left toes, maybe scooch the left knee in as you make your way out of this. You'll bend into the right knee, bring the palms onto the earth, and then take the right foot back into downward facing dog and just notice what you feel. And we'll take all that on the other side. So left leg comes between the hands. Right knee onto the earth. Find that low lunge. We're going to inhale here, opening the heart to the front of the mat. Exhale, pull the hips back, flex the left foot, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, come on forward. And exhale back. Inhale, bend left knee, open heart. Exhale, straighten and fold. Two more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And exhale back. And here we are, Ardha Hanuman. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, shine the heart forward. Feel the left hip coming on up into the hip socket, or the left leg coming into the hip socket. And you can stay right here. Maybe you bring blocks underneath the hands, finding that lift and length in the spine. Maybe you experiment with coming a little bit further, sliding the left heel forward on your mat, tucking the back toes, and maybe scooching the right leg back. Bringing a block underneath the meeting point of the glute and the hamstring. Keep flexing the left toes. Top of the right thigh, right knee are flat on the earth, so square the hips. And this is definitely my special side. My left hamstring is just so much tighter than my right, and my right hip flexor is way tighter than my left. It's just everything that needs to happen for this pose is just way more open on the other side. So notice where those differences might lie for you. Maybe this side is way more open for you than the other one. Maybe they're about the same. chances are one side is much tighter than the other, just because that's what happens, you know? Keep lengthening spine tall. Just a few more breaths here. And then from here, gently we'll let this go. So bring hands onto the earth. You can tuck the back toes and kind of scooch the right knee in and then slide the left heel in and kind of gradually bring everything towards the midline. You'll bring palms onto the earth and then take the left foot back into a downward facing dog. And notice what you feel. Go ahead and bring the knees onto the earth. Big toes touch, seat to feet, forehead onto the mat, child's pose. And from here, slowly begin to lift the torso. Shift the hips all the way over to one side. Bring the legs all the way around in front of you. And we'll come into a bent kneed Paschimottanasana. So actually, go ahead and take your blocks and bring them underneath your knees. Any height that feels good. We'll come into a forward fold here like this. Make sure you're sitting up on sit bones. Not rolling back on your tailbone. Inhale here, lengthen tall. And as you exhale, fold the torso down over the legs. If there's no pain in the lower back, you can allow yourself to fully kind of round down into this forward fold. And slowly begin to lift the torso up. Moving the blocks out from underneath the legs and coming all the way to lie on your back. Hugging the knees in towards the chest and giving them a squeeze. And from here, coming into a happy baby, feet towards the sky. Pulling the legs down towards the earth on either side of the torso, finding a gentle rock side to side. And from here, if there are any final movements that your body is craving before we find stillness in Shavasana, please feel free to hit pause and take whatever it is that you need. If you are ready for Shavasana, then come on with me. Extending the legs long, feet about as wide as your mat, maybe wider. Extending the arms long next to the body with the palms turned up towards the sky. Take a big breath in, fill up the belly. Then open your mouth and let it go. Allow yourself to relax fully into this space, into this moment. Allowing every muscle in your body to fully relax and be supported by the earth beneath you. Allowing the breath to move of its own volition in and out of your body. If you have more time for Shavasana, please stay. Otherwise, begin to wiggle fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. Bring soles of your feet flat onto your mat and roll onto the side of your choice. Using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head reaching skyward, bringing palms to touch at heart center. And let's close this one out with one big, beautiful Om. Take a deep inhale. And thank you so much for allowing me to lead you here in practice. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here today. I'll meet you right back here on the mat next time.